That's why there's so much concern from Northeast Asia to Southeast Asia and from the Mekong River to the Pacific Islands about Beijing's aggressive actions, claiming open seas as their own.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken has urged China to cease aggressive actions in the Indo-Pacific. He spoke during a meeting to bolster Washington's alliances against Beijing. In a speech outlining the U.S. approach to the Indo-Pacific, Blinken said that Washington would work with allies and partners to defend the rules-based order, and countries should have the right to choose their own path. President Joe Biden's administration is trying to reset relations and reassert its influence in Asia. Blinken's comments came in Indonesia, which is the first leg of his Southeast Asia tour. China was quick to react to U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken's comments. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson said that U.S. attempts to provoke splits will not work in the Asia-Pacific region. He also said that the day of reckoning will come for the U.S. military. China claims almost all of the resource-rich South China Sea, which has now become a source of grave concern for the other nations in the region. The United Nations has made a startling revelation. The body says that it has credible allegations of more than 100 extrajudicial killings in Afghanistan. This after the Taliban took power in August. The UN has accused the Taliban of carrying out 72 of the 100 killings. The deputy rights chief said she is deeply alarmed by the continuing reports of such killings. There is currently a general amnesty announced by the new Taliban rulers after August 15th. The killings are of former members of the Afghan National Security Forces, police and intelligence agents who had surrendered. The Taliban has rejected all the findings of the report. Meanwhile, the Pentagon has said that no U.S. troops or officials would face disciplinary action for a drone strike in Kabul that killed 10 Afghan civilians, including 7 children. The Pentagon acknowledged in September that the last U.S. drone strike before American troops withdrew from Afghanistan was a tragic mistake, after initially saying that it had been necessary to prevent an Islamic State attack on troops. The drone strike was launched 3 days after a deadly suicide bombing outside Kabul airport that killed 13 U.S. military personnel and nearly 170 Afghan civilians.
Pretty gritty scenes.
President Joe Biden has signed an executive order aimed at rebuilding the public's trust in the government by making it easier to do things like renew passports, apply for social security benefits, and get aid during natural disasters. The idea is to put the public and customer service at the center of federal operations, saving time, energy, and money by offering better and more efficient services for the millions of routine interactions that people have with the government. Speaking in the Oval Office shortly before signing the order, Biden said it will ensure that the federal government puts you, that is the American people, at the front line. South Korean President Moon Jae-in continued his visit to Australia by meeting the country's opposition leader and other New South Wales state officials in Sydney. The meetings follow formal talks held in Canberra on Monday, where Australia and South Korea signed a $720 million defence deal worth about $1 billion in Australian dollars, that is. The deal will see South Korean defence company Hanwha provide the Australian Army with artillery weapons, supply vehicles and radars. WION World is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news updates on the move.